Hi, this is Tammy Bowser with QPD2ov2 2.0, and this is overview video number 2. And in this video, we're going to go over the contour tab. You just get there by clicking this contour technique within the quilting technique editor. And the first thing you have to do to make it work is click the use this feature little checkbox here. And there's a box here that I've never had before in the program, and it's a really good one. If you've ever done quilted contour technique before, you know that how it works is if the numbers of if the fabrics are the same, or the number of the pixels the same and next to each other, then it groups them together into a larger piece so that you can cut it and make the shapes and make these beautiful contoured pictures. So the first thing you would do is go back to pixel shapes and select the shape of the pixel that you want to use, and you can use anything. One that I really like is this rounded hexagon, as I've mentioned before, but for this one I'm using the half square triangle. If I did not, and I've selected, you can see, because it has the blue line around it as well as that tan background, and then when I come back over here, I've selected it because I've clicked it here, and also this shape smoothing slide bar. The more I slide it to the right, it will round off the edges and curve those all the pieces so that you don't have any squares and corners. So the more you slide this, and you'll have to play with it a little bit, you slide it here, it's more like the original, and if you slide it this way, it is a little bit more smooth. So, and that number, the best number, will depend on the picture you're choosing, and it will also depend on the photo detail. That's how many little pieces you want it to make, and the more you use, the more photo detail you use, the clearer your picture will be, and how many fabrics you decide to use. I'm using 8. The less fabrics you use, the bigger the pieces will be. So this will also work with realistic color. I'm using grayscale for this demo, but it will also work with the Fabric Now fabric collections, and I'll show you that in just a second. Anytime you make any change, remember you click process photo and we will see what happens, okay? Sometimes you have to be very patient. It is working very hard, so just be patient, all right? Now you can see that it has grouped those pieces together into nice rounded edges, and out of fabric this will be amazing. So another thing, I don't know if I've showed you yet, but if you want to get a clear close-up view of this process image, you can click this plus button. The negative button. It will get rid of the quilting technique editor, so you can get a closer look at what your pattern will be like. To restore it, you would click the plus button down here. Restore your quilting technique editor. And let me show you what that pattern looks like and what that really means for you. I've also decided, and if you look below this video or somewhere on this page, I will have already included a PDF file that shows you exactly how I make this technique. I use Steam 2, that's the product I like to use, but it'll give you the technique so you know how to put a pattern like this together. And when I click preview, print preview, you'll be able to see what that means. Instead of having all those little pixels one by one, you will also, for this type of pattern, you'll be able to see that there are no little pixels, or very few, because they are grouped together into larger pieces, which means you have more detail and it's much easier all at once. Again, it is working very hard, so you have to be a little patient, but good things come to those who wait. So let's just wait a moment, okay? So now you can see what the pattern looks like. I have these pieces that are grouped into larger pieces, and all the edges are rounded. So please download that video, or not the video, download my PDF file, and it'll show you exactly how I make these quilts. But another option that you could do if you want to use one of my sample collections, I like the vintage feed sack, and that's going to give you another way to make these contour techniques, but the easy way, of course. If you use this quilted or Fabric Now fabric collections, instead of selecting grayscale, you would select Fabric Now fabric collections here under color effects, and you would also select the feed sack collection or any of the other selections that you'll be able to have access to. And I'm going to click process image, and it's going to fill in these spaces with those fabrics that are printable right on the fabric. So it's a really amazing new exciting feature that I love a lot. But let's just be patient for a moment so you can see what this can do. So you can see now it is filled in with the fabric collections. This is way easier than cutting out each piece and filling in that each piece with the fabric. This is what the fabric collection looks like, and I've selected select the palette so you can see what the fabrics are. When you print those out, or when you use select a collection and then select here, it will fill in whatever those pieces are. And it's not just for a preview. It's really amazing because if you select fill pattern cell right here, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, so maybe it'll work a little faster, and then click print preview again. It's going to take a moment because it's printing out, or it's collecting the pattern, creating the pattern, and you can print the finished quilt in the fabrics right on plain cotton fabric or any fabric that you can feed through your printer. I'm going to have some videos that I'll add very soon so that you can learn exactly how to make your own printable fabric sheets and save lots of money, and it is an amazing feature. See, you see it's filled all in the cells, in those shapes, and when you print it out, the whole quilted photo pattern is finished. So that is how to use the Fabric Now fabric collections and the fabric collection tab, as well as the contour technique. They work together and they are amazing.